channel. This is an ASMR vlog of my day at the Point Defiance Zoo Aquarium. This was a birthday gift to me from my sister Dee Dee all the way back in February. The first area we walked to was the Asian Forest Sanctuary. Animals you should expect to see here are Sumatran tigers, clouded leopards, lar gibbons, Malayan tapirs, lowland anoas, siamangs, and Asian small-clawed otters. The first animal we saw was the Sumatran tiger. These tigers are smaller in size than other tigers and are darker orange in color. They have stripes on their front legs that are unique to each tiger, just like our fingerprints. Then we headed inside to watch a couple of siamangs playing and staying warm. They are the largest of the gibbons, and they like to spend their time in the trees. Then we walked over to this place called the Discovery Hut and discovered the rhinoceros iguana. This particular iguana is named Titan, and the rhino iguanas get their name for the horn-like scales on their snout. We continued our walk back outside the rain. Until we came across the penguin exhibit, Penguin Point. Here it looked like the penguins were really enjoying the rain. They looked so cute and content swimming in circles. These penguins nest and breed along the southern coast of South America, and they're pelagic. They spend most of their lives at sea. next exhibit, we found a dog statue, and all dogs deserve pets. So we gave him pets. There are 2 aquariums here at the Point Defiance Zoo, and this is the Pacific Seas Aquarium. This is the aquarium where you can explore Pacific Coast habitats, the cold Northwest to the tropic Baja California. I've already spotted a sea turtle and a couple of stingrays. Here are the Pacific herrings. These herrings are critical to the survival of seabirds, fish, and mammals in our region. They are one of the vital signs being tracked to assess the health of Puget Sound. Here we see one of the art installations, Shimmer by Gordon. Shimmer, 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 shimmer. Now we are walking over to the jellyfish exhibits, and this one was my favorite from the aquarium, the egg yolk jellies. These are Puget Sound locals and eat other jellies. They can grow up to 2 feet across, with their tentacles extending up to 20 feet. And then these tiny little things are cross jellies. A transparent body helps hide these jellies from predators. They also have a bioluminescent band around the bell that glows blue-green when disturbed. This may startle, or warn predators to stay away. These are Japanese sea nettles. They trail behind the jelly, ensnaring prey such as small fish, comb jellies, and other zooplankton that drift by. This is the upside down jelly. Lacy oral arms are covered with stinging cells and many small mouths. They paralyze tiny prey, and they enter the mouths on their way to the jelly's stomach. This is another art installation, the jelly globe. A globe full of jellyfish. They also had these touchscreens next to some of the exhibits, so you can look and learn about the different critters in each, like this handsome California moray eel, which I had a hard time finding in the actual tank, or this Garibaldi, which was easier to find thanks to its bright red-orange colors. Now we get to see some of the creatures that live at the bottom in the sand, like my aunt's favorite, the sea pen, and then there's the sea whips and the sand dollars. At the end was the tidal touch zone, where my sister and I got to gently touch anemones, sea urchins, and sea stars. After the aquarium, we headed to the rocky shores to see the puffins and walruses. First up was the Pacific walruses. A layer of blubber up to 4 inches thick keeps the walrus warm in the frigid ocean. At the puffins exhibit, most of them were on shore, but this cute little fellow with one leg really liked the camera, and they kept swimming towards it. Say hello to our little one-legged friend. At the polar bear exhibit, there was a zoo staff present, so we actually got to learn about the polar bear. Her name is Lerka, and she was content on just lounging on her spot in the rain. We also got to touch real polar bear fur and see a polar bear skull. After leaving the Arctic tundra exhibits, we spot the muskox, or Umingmak, their Inuit name. There was 3 visible and just grazing when we got there. We didn't stay long with the muskox and went to the Red Wolf Woods, which is also the conservation center. A zoo staff was also present here, and he told us about Juno, River, and Bronto, the current residents at the conservation. Juno is the oldest and the one we can see right now, just roaming back and forth. Bronto and River were in a more secluded area in the back so that they can get acclimated to their new surroundings since they just recently arrived. A not so fun fact about the American red wolves: they became endangered due to hunting by the 1970s. In the 1980s, Point Defiance Zoo established a program to restore the population by breeding the wolves in zoos and reintroducing them into the wild. Finally, we have almost made it full circle in our zoo trek by arriving to the kids zone. Here they have lemurs, goats, meerkats, and reptiles. Unfortunately today, we didn't see any black and white ruffed lemurs or the goats. But it's okay, because we saw the cutest thing. 2 meerkats snuggling and cuddling up to each other. I watched Meerkat Manor as a kid, and this is one of the best things I saw today. Another very cute thing is this Kenya sand boa. They like to nestle down into the sand with only eyes and nostrils peeking out. These are domino cockroaches. The babies stay safe underground, while the adults eat fallen leaves at the surface. In here are 2 frogs, the magnificent tree frog and the white tree frog. Based on the description, this is a magnificent tree frog because of the white spots on their back. This is a hinge-back tortoise. A special hinge on their back lets them close their shell up tightly if danger is near. Last thing we saw in the kids zone was this beautiful emerald tree boa. I thought it was pretty funny that the last seen here sign is pointing right at it. Our last stop in the zoo is the tropical Reef Aquarium. Here is the spot we were scheduled to meet up for the eye-to-eye shark dive. Inside the tropical Reef Aquarium, you'll get to see the coral reef up close, the outer reef that has 5 shark species, the lagoon habitat, the blue hole, and another touch pool called the tropical shallows. Here is the guest view of the cage we will be diving inside of for our meet and greet with the sharks. I left my camera with my mom, so these first couple of clips are suit is me, and the one in the red-orange suit is my sister, Dee Dee. Random fun fact, it took my mom 5 minutes to start recording because she said we looked so tiny and young. She thought we were children and strangers, so she didn't want to record and waited for us to come out. Near the end of the dive, they ask us if we want to open the cage. We all said yes, and this is what it looked like. Now here are some clips the zoo took of us free of charge. It was included with the experience. Here's Dee Dee and I inside of the cage. We did our best poses for the camera. It was a bit difficult for me because every time I let go of the bars, I started floating up. And here is a better and clearer frontal view of the cage when opened. This trip overall was definitely one of the best birthday gifts this year. It's been years since I last went to the zoo, and doing a shark dive was the cherry on top. Being underwater with the sharks and other wildlife as an animal lover was so surreal and so peaceful. I could honestly have stayed for hours. That was it for the zoo vlog. I hope you guys found it relaxing and entertaining. For now, I hope. Stay safe and stay hydrated. Good night, good night, good night. Good night. For the rest of the video, please enjoy some more fun facts about the sharks and more underwater sounds. My favorite shark to meet was the bow-mouthed guitarfish. His name is Fender. He is the largest animal in the tropical Reef Aquarium at 230 pounds and 6 feet 7 inches. Other sharks keeping Fender company are blacktip reef sharks, white-tip reef sharks, zebra sharks, and gray reef sharks. The water the sharks swim in are warm at 70